Well, this is actually the first time it made to 5 levels. Let's see how our overall turns out to be like. Oh my god, it drew. We're gonna go for the same value. It has to come inside the bands and come out the opposite side. So comfortable enough of a win, and it seems that based on the overall, we are still about 3 net wins. So hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be doing challenge that I mentioned before. So I'm going to get everything set up, so bear with me, I'm going to speed up this part of the video. First part, I change it to candles, everything set on 5 seconds, okay? Indicators, I'm going to be using Ichimoku Cloud. At the same time, I'm also going to use MACD in defaults. I'm going to close WhatsApp for distractions. Now, Ichimoku Cloud, I'm going to go to styles. I'm going to only retain span A, span B. Everything else is a distraction, so I don't need that. So that's all I'm going to use. Very, very simple setup, and that's all I have. Now, I look for a pair that has high payout. I want to use 1 minute expiry. So I click over here. When it goes in and comes back out, I will get ready for a trade. Okay, let's go. I'm going to be using my CapCut to edit this video, and that's going to remove all the silences. So I'm going to speak from time to time, but you will feel that the video will fast forward over many of the trades. So that will help you to get a good perspective of how much you can actually earn. In many of our trades are going to be breakout kind of trades, and all we're doing is using the Ichimoku method. If you want to have more information about that, go read my blog post about the Ichimoku Cloud method. Alright, this trade is done. So we have 1 down. This is a fresh slate for today, and we are gonna basically just keep going non-stop. I think it's fresh. Oh yes, we are getting a fresh entry very soon. Go. Why do we keep the MACD? MACD is a very good indicator that it shows you that the volumes are increasing. So you can see that when the candles are longer than the previous one. If they are stuck around the middle, then it's not a good idea to trade. But as they break away from the middle, it is good to trade. In case this does not work out, I will enter it when it comes out of the other side. It works out. 19. Okay, 3 minutes in, we are now 2 net wins positive. I think a good suggestion is to go currency stocks. I think we can get one here quite soon. I just wanted the bands are an area of consolidation. That's good. That is coming out from the bottom. Let's take it for a trade. You see the MACD bars expanding, so let's hope this is going to be a breakout. The trade is breaking off very nicely. I like this way of trading a lot. If you're new to binary options, this is a really good and consistent way to start. Now we have 3 wins. We have 3 trades positive. Okay, here we go. No, you can say I'm 1 bar early. 1 bar early because technically that one was not closed yet, but I kind of jumped the gun. But let's just see how this works out. So another one is going to be our first Martingale. Wait for it to come out either from the top or from the bottom. I'm going to take this as such. If it closes above the top, I'm going to enter for another trade. I do not have to wait for it to close. This could be the first 4th level. Well, this is actually the first time it made to 5 levels. Let's see how our overall turns out to be like. Oh my god, it drew. If it drew, means that we're going to do it again. And we're going to go for the same value. It has to come inside the bands and come out the opposite side. So comfortable enough of a win. And it seems that based on the overall, we are still about 3 net wins. So we actually have, this should be the 4th set. But in terms of result, we are like this last one was really like a break even. The amount won barely covers like these ones. So you know, let's get back on with our journey and continue to get some wins. And let's see how much we can get in half an hour. Alright, before we forget, set this back to 10. Now let's go. I did 2 by mistake. Okay, hopefully that's gonna both win. Don't want to sell it early, and that both wins, that would help us to get back up to 5 net wins, although it's a fat finger issue. So why are we doing this test? A couple of reasons: to see how much you can make, and also to stress test and to find out like how much you really need in your account to run the strategy safely, or for those of you who want to push the limits of your account, how much do you need to have as a standby, so that you know you don't want to have to give up on the trades, and simply because your balance is unable to support the next trade. We are now back up to 5 net wins. Alright, so let's keep going and see how much more we can get. Alright, stocks. Here's one. Almost ready. Close outside, close outside, close outside, close outside, close outside, close outside. Yes, okay, let's go. Let's observe for a bit. Yeah, it's not going to the span B yet. That's good. Because of this impulse to the downside, we don't have to plan for the next one just yet. And we should have a nice breakout here. Just thinking back about the earlier set of trades that went to a very high level of Martingale for the strategy so far, I think possibly we could have avoided it. I think we could avoid it because the range of that was quite big. So let's revisit that briefly before we continue. Oh, hang on, this one we need to go in again. So let's wait for the close inside. It has not closed inside the bands yet. Let it close inside and close outside. It's closed inside already, that's good. Now let's wait for the close outside. Let's go. We're gonna get ready as well. If it comes out on other side, we have to do it the other direction. And let's zoom out. Alright, should have a breakout trend continuation. That's good. Nope. Well, let it close in and close out again. This is an eventful session so far. Still not enough momentum. Look at the triangulation that's happening as well. It's a wedge pattern building up. Which side is it going to be? Here we go. So this wedge pattern is building up like so, and it can be either side. So let's, oh yeah, we have got to do the other one here. This is actually my first session where we went to this level of the Martingale, and that's not too good because it means that when we go to this level, we're actually down 1 net win. It's doing exactly as I mentioned. It is kind of breaking out in a very nice fashion. So we are just 10 minutes short of 30 minutes, and we're gonna see in this 30-minute session what result we can get. The last few seconds, there's a very nice breakout. So I'm thinking that we can actually avoid some of the high martingales if we pay attention to some of the ranging parts. So now we're technically back to about 5 net wins again, 5 martingales. This is a widening range. We can do one right here. Actually, shit, a bit late. Should have gone in like this candle. So we are 4 candles late. This one, I see it as a reverse wedge, possibly, just to show you what I'm talking about. I think I'm looking at this very large one. So it's a widening range, not a narrowing range. Narrowing ranges are very stressful, but if it's a widening range, it's something the opposite. So you can see there's a widening range. So again, our time. This has to go into trade management, in other words, the Martingale. Let's wait for it to go into the ranges. I think it might even take quite some time for that to happen. So, you know what? I'm just going to continue this on a different pair. Do this one. Yep, nice. This will lead us to 6 net wins. The last time we did a video about how long it takes to make $50 profit or more. That was just about 14 minutes and 45. So in twice the time, let's try and get a better result here. We have an opportunity right now, and let's go for it. This is the earlier pair, and like I said, it came back. We could have traded a reversal, but you don't want to do too many methods and confuse, so this is the next opportunity. Earlier, if we had waited, this would have been the one we're waiting for anyway. That is the earlier trade, this one that we lost. As mentioned, 2 things can happen. One, it consolidates here and breaks out the top. One, it consolidates and breaks out the bottom. So let's see how this turns out. We want that. That's great. One more time. If you see that it is just like barely out like that, as you notice, I did not bother to trade it. Now we're going to do it like that. We may have to do another one to the bottom. It has to spend at least 1 bar inside. So earlier today I did make one mistake, which is there's 1 bar that it crossed right across the bands. By right, you should wait for next bar at least. So don't jump the gun. We have a bottom support level on this line, so that's what we're looking at. So just to show you, this is what it's looking at. Consolidate around there. Yes! 8 net wins, 4 more minutes. It's all today's statistic. Be too much of a... This is just nice. This is good. We're 1 bar late, but we're okay. So it spent some time in the channel. It came up, and this is healthy, nice long bars on the MACD. So this one should take off quite healthy, unlike some of the earlier ones. Okay, set up for next. Spend some time in the bands. Okay, see, it did not spend time in the bands. That's why we did not take the other trade. Okay, yes, this closed in the bands, and now we will see what happens. Close outside. Okay, that's why we're taking it. Getting a lot of choppy price today. This honestly kind of sucks. I just hope we're not caught in a range again, because this one actually went out quite wide. So most ideally this will have a nice breakout to the top side. I'm hoping for that, but it may not be. It might just, you know, triangulate. It's possible though. Look, the triangle here is a triangle coming down. So I'll show you. This is going to waste some time. As long as we don't go to the next level, we can still be profitable in this market. Otherwise it's going to be down by one trade again. Oh no. Notice I did break the trading rule on this trade. Let's see how it turns out and we'll talk about it, but in my opinion, you know, it's consolidating for a breakout to the upside and it should run outside nicely. But after this is done, we have to talk about how we can avoid this kind of circumstances. Now it's finally gotten back into the channel. Okay, it spent some time inside and then it closed out. Could have avoided that previous one. Unfortunately, we due to that mistake, which again you can see how it resulted. Why did I do that? Maybe scarcity mindset. Was thinking, worried that it might not come back in, we might miss the runaway. Now it has broken out like it should have. Unfortunately, we're going to be down by one net win. So let's look at the result in a few seconds and see what we're up to. We are exactly at the 30 minutes mark and we are unfortunately at about 7 net wins. Just one more than my previous case study. How many baskets of trades did we have? We have one set of trades, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 sets of trades, but only 7 net wins equivalent. Right, so a little bit unfortunate over there. But anyways, the whole point of this video is to make things real, keep it real, and you have a better idea of what to prepare for. The last one, I think we could have actually made it to, instead of being down 1, we could have been positive 1, so it could have been 9, but you know, what's done is done. So let's basically end it as such, and leave me your comments down below. I hope you picked up something, and I hope this helps you get a better idea of, like, you know, what kind of trade sizes to do if you haven't started trading live with this strategy already, or let's say if you plan to fund an account, how much to fund it with in order to get to your trading targets. So this made $63 with 30 minutes of work. For this one, 500 would have been not even 500 is a bit risky. 1,000 would be like still maybe bearable. So you could at one point of time be like floating loss 30%, so 1,000. But if you have 500, well, it's a little bit risky. If you have 750, well, maybe. But for today's one, at $10 trades, 1,000, I think. So starting your trade at 1%, that's probably a good idea. And let's say, what if you started with 100? So this would have made you about $6, 6.3 in the last 30 minutes. Then again, we have made closely similar amount in 15 minutes when we did not get into so many martingales. So I will, you know, have some additional precautions for you, and let's see how we can make things even better. I hope you like this case study. Thanks for watching.